from his studios in New York, it's time for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. Here's your host, Dan Tortora.
Welcome here to a very special edition of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. That is the playoff edition here with Dave Kline, the head coach of the CNS Northstars Football Team that is still in action here in the West semifinals. And we had the opportunity to speak with Dave as they're getting set for this game and obviously to talk about the season and what's been going on here in 2019. So let's bring him into the broadcast. Dave, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dave, you know, at the beginning of this season, you only have 7 games in the regular season, and the team had started out 1-2. Just bring me into how you navigated that storm and just how the team responded to everything, because, you know, with only 7 games to go, sometimes people get nervous a little bit quick, and obviously it was a little bit tough coming out of the gate.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit tough, but I mean, we knew the one loss to Liverpool was a non-league loss, so it really wouldn't affect us much. I think the loss to Rome was probably one of the key points of the season. You know, everybody looks at different things. We look at a loss as being the key point because it woke our kids up. It made them realize how much harder they had to work, how much they had to dedicate to just putting the CNS uniform on didn't guarantee you anything. It's all about the work and the effort you put in.
You know, and we had spoken about it, and I do it every week, the ingredients to success, proudly brought to you by Utica Pizza Company, not too far down the road from CNS, right on Route 11. What were the ingredients to success for this team this season?
I think it was a matter of growing up, a matter of buying in. You know, we lost a lot of kids. We probably lost a good 10 kids probably left our team after that second loss. And I think it was honing everybody in together and everybody being dialed in and going after the same goal. I think we all, after that loss to Rome, those that were left that didn't leave, all committed to being together and to finishing this together and to working to get better.
How do you handle that as a coach, speaking here with Dave Kline of CNS Football, after 2 losses where you see people leave the team? How do you respond to that?
I tell the kids, if they don't want to be here, they don't need to be here. You know what I mean? You don't want to be part of this. We never said football is an easy sport. Never guaranteed you anything. And for the guys, you guys that are here, you keep working. We're going to keep coaching you, and we're going to get better and better, and we're going to surprise people when the end comes.
For you, you believed in it after, you know, obviously having guys move on last year that finished up their eligibility and went on to college. What made you keep believing in the team this season, even when the team was going through that turmoil and even when you had people leave the program? What kept you believing as a coach?
I mean, you can see them. You know, you see practice every day. I was seeing glimpses. I could see that potential. I could see what they had in them every single day in practice, which most people can't see or don't get the opportunity to see. And so I could see that, and I knew what was there. We just, as coaches, had to find a way for the kids to see it and believe it and bring it out.
So you get to where you are right now. I mean, this team, after going 1-2 to start off the season, you win 3 in a row before losing to Utica Proctor, a 32-0, and then you get to see Utica again. Bring me into that game on October 18th. What you learned going up against Utica Proctor in that 32-0 loss that helped you to ultimately defeat them in the Class AA sectional championship.
Well, the big thing was defensively, we got a chance to see what they run. You know, we try to imitate it in practice all the time, but it's very difficult to imitate what they run offensively. So once you experience it, you got a better taste for it, better feel, and you know how to react to it. We also learned the importance of valuing the ball. I mean, we turned the ball over. Our first starting offense ran 22 plays on offense only, and we turned it over on 5 of those plays. There was only 17 plays we didn't turn it over on, and we gained some decent chunks of yardage on those 17 plays. So there's always something positive to look at.
So you see that game and you don't let Utica Proctor beat you twice. What does it tell you about the mettle of your kids to have Utica Proctor come in just a little while after, from October 18th to November 9th, not even a full calendar month had gone by since your loss to Utica Proctor. What can you say about the mettle and the resolve of your team to not let Utica beat them twice?
It just showed the grit that they have, showed the belief that they have. I mean, these kids have surprised the daylights out of me every single day in practice. They surprise me, let alone on Friday or Saturday evenings, what they do on the field, the commitment, the hard work, and you can just see the joy they have in playing this game. It's a very refreshing group, a very refreshing team, because you see that passion, that joy, that love of being around each other. As corny as that sounds, it feels like they love being together and playing and practicing, and we love being out there with them.
For you to go through the turmoil, to go through some negativity, to hear that negativity in the stands and whatnot, how do you handle it and how do you deal with it, Coach? I was there in those first few games, and I heard some negative stuff that went towards you from people that are sitting right behind you. How do you handle that?
That's part of life. You know what I mean? I know as a coach, and my staff knows, we talk about it. I talked about it with the kids as well. If you can go home every night, look yourself in the mirror and say, I did the best I could do today, I gave everything I got, then you should be able to go to bed a happy man, a happy person. And that's what I tell them. What other people say doesn't matter. You got to allow yourself to be focused on doing what you know is the best you can do and being the best you can be. If you can do that, then you can go to bed happy every night.
And in your life, Dave, who raised you to have those beliefs? Who maybe can you go back to? I mean, I always go back to my grandmother a lot with a lot of things, my G-Mama and what she taught me. Who do you kind of reach out to in moments of strife, or, when the team started out 1-2, when there's some negative things being said, when there's kids quitting the team? Who can you go back to in your life now, or maybe a memory of someone? Who are some of those people or some memories that you reach back to?
I don't know. I always think about the strength that my parents have. I'm fortunate enough they're still alive, and they've been married 61 years. I look at the strength, the commitment, the work that when things were going bad as a family, trying to get through, trying to get survived, they persevered. They did whatever they had to do so that we could persevere as a family, have a nice life. And the work, the work ethics they put in, they taught me, the beliefs they taught me, all that stuff came involved with it. And, just reflecting on that and learning from what I learned growing up.
So when you look back to your parents and the fact that they're still alive, what type of advice do they give you today when they sit down with you?
They just, they always tell me that they're proud of me and they want me to just keep doing the best I can do. And if I'm doing that, then that's all I can ask for.
For you to still have that in your life, not everybody has that opportunity. What does it mean to you to still be able to call your mom and dad and say, hey, I got this on my mind. I'd love to get your opinion. I'd love to get your thought. What does it mean to you to still have that today?
It's just great. It's just great that again, that you got a people that are going to, they're going to be honest with you. No matter what, my parents aren't going to lie to me. They're going to tell me the truth. And they're just going to be there as a support. So it's good to know that you got that rock always right there in your life that it's always going to be there. I mean, I got my wife's a phenomenal woman, and the support that she gives me and provides for me on a daily basis, and what she puts up with during football season is also incredible. I mean, she's a former coach. She's an administrator, an academic and a school administrator now. And she can see things through a big picture as well. So she's also great and helpful with suggestion and ideas on how to see things sometimes in a bigger picture.
Yeah, and for you to have that, and I want to shout out your wife because, they always look, I mean, whenever I've met a coach that's truly happy, win, lose, or draw, it's because they have that connection, and typically they have a very supportive family life at home. For you, I mean, everybody looks to you and they look to the fact you're still playing and you're coaching and you had success at Henniger and you had success at CNS. What can you say about your wife and how, maybe she is your better half?
It's just, she's incredible. I mean, she has my back 100% of the time, regardless of anything. I mean, it's one thing. I married, I hope I don't get in trouble on this one. I married an Italian woman, and one thing I can tell you for sure is they are always there for you, and no one better mess with her husband in any way, shape, or form. And she's just incredible that way. And again, being a former coach as she was, and being an administrator, she offers up, good insights. And sometimes I overlook on things, being so closely involved, with the day-to-day operations. She sometimes will look at the bigger picture and say, Dave, don't forget about this, or, remember these things, just little things. And I'm just kind of kicks your brain like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and that coming here from Dave Kline here with the CNS Northstars. Dave, really quick, I do want to take a look at this game. You got a big-time game coming up in the West semis. You have an opportunity to keep playing, and that's because your team not only won the Class AA sectional championship once again, but you also defeated Corning Painted Post 24-22, and now have your upcoming game. Before we get to that game this weekend, what can you tell me about the Class AA sectionals going through Henniger, Liverpool, and Utica Proctor? So what did you take away from the Class AA en route to the championship? And then what did you take away most recently from Corning Painted Post?
Well, the thing we took away, we played Henniger the opening round, which for me personally, being a former Henniger coach, is always a big deal for me. It's always, you always want to make sure you win that game. And our kids got into that. We played well against them. The big thing, we played Liverpool. We were down 28-7 at half. One of my defensive coach, Steve Bailey, looks at our kids and goes, we don't let them score again, we can win this football game. They didn't score again. We won the football game. Our kids showed grit and heart coming back. They never quit. They don't understand that word quit. Even when we were down 32-0 to Utica in that game, last game of the year, the kids didn't understand quit. They fought all the way to the end. And then, then we played Utica in the Dome. They go up 12-0. Our kids are looking at each other like, okay, no big deal. We're going to be okay. We've come back from worse. We understand who we are and what we are now. And they worked themselves back into it. And they came back. They won that game. Then we're down playing, Corning Painted Post. We start out, we jump on them hard and fast. That offense is a really, really good offense. They're a really good, well-coached team. And they came back. They ended up taking a 22-21 lead on us. And I tell you what, our offense was phenomenal. We put together a 9-minute and 33-second drive to end that game, to set up the game-winning field goal. And we used almost the whole fourth quarter, which led to us kicking the game-winning field goal, and they didn't get a chance to do anything again.
And that's the thing, speaking here with the head coach of CNS football for the Northstars, Dave Kline, to see what this team has been able to do and to, have that grit to get these victories, 28-25 over Utica Proctor, 24-22 over Corning Painted Post, that never say die approach. How ironic is it for you that you started a season with players that left the team, and now you're continuing the season late into the season with players who won't quit, won't say die, won't give up on anything? It's kind of the juxtaposition of the year so far.
Well, those are the kids that stuck it out. Those are the kids that wouldn't quit, wouldn't walk away, wouldn't die. They started that in the beginning. And that goes from, it's not even our guys that are out there playing every single down. I got guys on my team that have not seen the field once this entire season, but are there every day in practice. They're running our scout teams. They're giving us incredible looks, that no one even knows who they are besides our team, and it knows how important they are to us for us to be successful. So that's what it's all about. It's about the team, the commitment, and these guys are all willing to sacrifice for the better of the team.
And so this final piece here for you, as you step into your next game, you got a big-time matchup coming up, and that is in the West semis for the NYSPHSAA. And the West semifinals for you, you will have McQuaid Jesuit. That game's going to be played at home at CNS for you. You get to play the game in familiar walls at your stadium on your field. So a two-part question. Number one, what can you tell me about McQuaid Jesuit? And number two, how good does it feel to be back at home when I'm sure that, that's something that you always dream about if you're going to keep going in the playoffs, that you get to be in familiar territory?
Oh, you're definitely right there with the familiar territory. Regarding McQuaid's a very tough, strong, physical team. You know, they play a little bit of a different brand of football. I think when you head towards Rochester and Buffalo, they tend to be very physical. You know, a lot more physical, a lot more. They want to go get you. You know, we're a little bit more spread the ball out. And sometimes I wonder about physicality, but then I turn around and look and say, I don't know, maybe I'm reading things wrong. You know, we are pretty physical too. So I just know they're a physical team. Their defensive front four is very, very good. You know, they're exceptional players up front with that front four. I just, you know, as I said, you know, we're playing with kids that don't understand how to quit. We got kids that don't understand anything else. They're going to come out there and line up every single day, and they're going to go as hard as they can go for as long as they can go. And that's, you know, I can't ask for anything more than that.
That coming from head coach Dave Kline. You can go and see their game coming up in the West Semis. That'll be this Saturday, November 23rd at 6 p.m., and that will be the Class AA West Semis. Once again, CNS taking on McQuaid Jesuit. Class B, C, D, and A will all have their games as well this weekend, and they'll all be at CNS. Dave, as always, I appreciate it. I look forward to talking with you very, very soon here, and hopefully about a victory.
Oh, I'd love to sit down and talk about that one with you. That'd be an awesome thing to do. But you know what? From what these kids have done, what they've persevered, what they've gone through, we've already gotten the victory this year. You know, we're going to go get it again one more night, and there's no reason for anybody to even think about hanging their heads. That
coming from head coach Dave Kline. Dave, as always, I appreciate it. I appreciate all your fight and your never say die approach, and thank you for always treating me the way that you have. I have the utmost respect for you and the utmost respect for what you do with this team, so I'm looking forward to see what they can do from here.
All right, Dan, thank you. Let's go, North Stars. Come out and support us.